series with Liverpool, in which I take over as if Brandon Rodgers was still with the team. Now, last time we left off, we just bought David Luiz as our center back. It's not the greatest deal, but I like him as a player, so hopefully that will eventually end in profit. So, right now we're just going to simulate a couple days. As you can see, we got a lot in our offense. We'll take a look at these scout reports in a little bit. But first, let's see what else we got down here. The more important stuff. So Thiago Silva, PSG said they are not interested in the deal. I think at this point it's safe to say that we're not going to be getting him. Alaba, I think it's safe to say we're not getting him either. You know, we put in a lot of deals. Dele Alli, however, they accepted the $16 million offer. We'll go ahead and offer him a contract. We'll probably make him an important first-team player, so that way he gets the time he needs. Or just because he wants to accept the contract. Alright, Ross Barkley, they want $26 million and Lallana. I think I can offer 10 in Lallana, and then hopefully it will work out in the end. Let's take a look at some of these other scout reports here. We can see that Marquinhos is 81 rated and Umtiti is 80 rated. We're going to go after Marquinhos as our primary target. Eventually, maybe we'll go after Umtiti, but probably not now. Maybe in January. We do not need another center back because we still have Skirtle, keep in mind. And we haven't sold Lovren officially. Take a look at some of the Bundesliga players. Macha Nastasic, another center back I could look to pick up. Maybe we'll go for a cheeky little $16 million offer. See if we can pick him up. And then Junuzovic, a player that I'm really interested in. Watford want him, so the talent isn't really that high for a team like Liverpool. But I really like him, so I still want to pick him up. We'll make an offer for $11 million. Hopefully Watford don't go above that. I'm not really willing to pay that much for him. So Jose Maria Jimenez, he's 81 rated, so he's going to be probably the hardest one to buy out of all of them. But we can still do this. So we'll make a cheeky little $24 million offer. Hopefully that works out in the end for us. And Odegaard, not so interested. So next up we have Pioni Sisto, 73 rated, 20 years old. He's gonna probably come off the bench, maybe even get loaned out. So we'll make an offer for $6 million for him. Hopefully FC Midtjylland, I think that's right, will come back and accept that offer. And Arsenal have accepted the offer of $2.2 million for Alex Iwobi. It's a very good deal that we've got here. We're probably going to make him a sporadic first-team player. I don't know if he'll get loaned out, probably, because Ive is the same age, higher rated. Stoke City, they want Balotelli. Well, I'm sorry. You're going to have to pay a lot for Balotelli, because I'm planning on playing him. So $20 million, probably the worst deal Stoke could ever make for him. But if you want him, you got to pay that price. Alright, we got some offers now. As you can see, actually, Montpellier have made an offer of 6.5 for Sisto, and 11.5 came from Sevilla for Junuzovic. And what do you know? Southampton buying Dejan Lovren back from Liverpool for $13 million. But before we go anywhere else, you can see that we did not get Mustafi, as the last episode showed. We just gotta get to the, over here. Where was it? Junuzovic, they said 11, Sevilla said 11.5, so we're gonna go 11 point, now, here's what I like to do. 11.501. 11.50001 to ensure the least amount of money possible is spent. And we're gonna do the same thing for Pioni Sisto. It's a little cheeky, it's a little exploiting somewhat, you know, because $10 doesn't really make that much of a difference, but according to the game it does. So now we're going to do some more player training. Origi, etc, etc. As you can see, Joe Gomez did pretty well in training, got an A in his El Rondo, and we keep going, just keep moving through the day slowly but surely. Oh no! Oh, okay. I thought it was going to say David Luiz, but Brazil has come back and said that a player has been injured. It's Thiago Silva, 6 weeks from a broken elbow. So even though we weren't planning on going after him anyways, like I said before, now we're definitely not going after him. So Everton accepted $10 million and Lallana. That's actually a pretty good deal for us. He'll be an important first-team player coming off the bench, more than likely, and some games he might start. And Marquinhos, they want 41.5. So we'll come back and we'll give him $30 million. Hope that works out in the end. Because we are getting some money from Lovren, which we could put towards a new center back. Another position I'm probably going to look to strengthen is center mid. You know, I'm not really looking to have Milner there, but we'll worry about that when the time comes. Bilbao, $12 million for Junuzovic. You know, I really don't see him being a main center midfielder for too long, so I don't really think we should go after him that much anymore. However, we have 2 contracts, sorry. We're definitely taking Iwobi first. And Dele Alli we can sit on for a little while since we are getting Ross Barkley. They do play the same position, so. Stoke did not up their money. I want them to up that money if they want Balotelli. Why always me? Why always me? So, looks like Atletico accepted a nice offer. I believe it was 24 or 25? 24, that's a good deal. So now we can put our talent towards the midfield because I'm not really looking to play Milner or Henderson. So what we're going to do is we're going to look for center mids, and we'll probably keep the age somewhat young. We'll do 20 to 26, and we'll look at the BPL first. Just scroll through quick. Not seeing anything I like so far. Could go for N'Golo Kante, but unfortunately he just arrived there from Cannes. Man, talking about Leicester, they definitely got to profit with him if they choose to sell him. Sandro, I didn't know Sandro. Oh, he's on loan. Never mind. I never knew Sandro was on West Brom. There's the boy Jackie Wilshere. Played 1 game this entire season due to injury. Didier Ndong, you know, I know he is young, he's got potential. So we can scout him out. He won't be a starter, but he could always be good off the bench. Morgan Sanson, I've heard he has been pretty good for potential, and he starts out as a decent rating. Verratti, not really interested in him too much because I want a big guy in the midfield. So we keep going. You know, Goretzka, not really interested. Gundogan, he's someone I've never actually tried in this game, so he might be worth it as the primary guy in the midfield. However, if you didn't know, he is going to Man City. He did sign a contract with them to go there at the beginning of next season. So instead, we'll go ahead and we'll put Joe Allen in the deal. We'll probably do 32 in Joe Allen just to start it off as base value. If they don't like that, we can always put a striker in the deals. We have too many of them. We might have to risk Daniel Sturridge. Unfortunately. Yeah, this is probably the first pyramid I've ever done where I don't really need to buy a striker. Thiago could be worth it. We can always, I mean, let's see what we got in terms of here. So you could always put Henderson in the deal. Now the question is, should we put Lallana in? I'm gonna put 17 in Lallana because they're definitely more important than Barkley in terms of what we need to start. So I think that's probably the best thing we can do now. And then hopefully, oops, nope, didn't want to click there. Hopefully our team has a strong center mid in the midfield that can be a playmaker and a defender at the same time. We don't need to look in the Dutch league, so next we'll go to Serie A. Hopefully Serie A has something for us. And I don't really see that much actually. You know, I'm seeing some faces, but none that I think would fit this team very well at all. Could go for a guy like Miralem Pjanic. You know, I've played with him before. He's actually very good as an all-around player. Could definitely fit in there. We could put Lallana in that deal. We could put a $20 million in Lallana offer in there. Hopefully it works out in the end. You know, he'd be very good to have in the midfield for Liverpool. And Franco Zuccolini. And the last league we'll actually look at, and I know we skipped on the Portuguese league, but the amount of not interesting players to interesting players is very high, so that's why I don't look at the Portuguese league. Man, tell me that's not the fattest face you've ever seen. I mean, look at it. And this haircut, like, it's like the barber forgot to take off the middle. It's like, oh, you only brought $10, but the haircut's $15? You only get 2/3 of the haircut then. You could go for someone like Tony Cruz, but he's too expensive, so not really interested in him. Overall, not much I've seen, so I think that's okay for now. We'll advance a few days here. And we got some more also in talks. $6 million for Pione Sisto. Too bad we already outdid them. $21 million for Macha Nastacic. We could do $18 million there. I don't really want to pay too much because then eventually you get to a point where you lose track of how much money you're spending. We can give you that much money and we'll make you a squad rotation player. I think that works for the both of us. Transfer offer for Joe Gomez, 1 year loan from Derby County. We will actually take that. Therefore, we have an extra spot in the training for when that day comes. Hopefully it's someone that we can bring in. You never know. Ooh. Talks between Dejan Lovren and Southampton have broken down because he expressed a great desire to not join this club. As a result, Southampton have pulled out of negotiations. I'm a little bit surprised with that one, you know, just because you came from that club doesn't mean you don't want to go there. I mean, I've gotten contract offers, for example, if I think it was like Man U, tried to sign Tevez before, and it's like, based on like the rivalries and whatever with the club and like rivalries, and it's like, I don't want to go there. Well, why not? You're 33 years old anyways. It's not like you're being used by anyone else, even though you're one of the best players in the world. So we're gonna take I'm not sure if we want to take Ross Barkley, and we're also probably not going to sign Dele Alli. I mean, I'm going to take a look at his defending stats, but I don't think they're that good. I think we're going to hold off on Marquinhos as well, because same rating as Jimenez, but way more money. So we're probably going to sign Jimenez instead as our other center back. Speaking of Jimenez, there he is. And Balotelli goes for $20 million or $19 million. That's very good for us in terms of the money we're getting. I did want to use Balotelli though, so whatever. They are not interested. No. We're going to make an offer of 22 in Lallana. Hopefully that drags them in a little bit. I just want to get rid of Lallana because I don't like him personally as a player. I don't know why I put him in the deal, put Joe Allen in the deal, but I think we can make out putting someone else in, like Dejan Lovren. So instead we can do that. You know, Gundogan is someone I actually kind of want in this team. And we're going to hold off on everyone else just for a minute. Just see if I can get that cash flow. Okay, so I'm going for a lot of young players at this point, so Pione Sisto is definitely someone I want in this team right now. Dele Alli we're actually going to reject. Barkley we're not so sure about, and Jimenez kind of puts us in a red for money for now. Okay, here's what I wanted to look at. Pjanic, they're not interested. Interesting. Interesting. Same word twice, just in different tenses. 18 million for Nastasic. Not too sure. We'll go with an important first team player for right now. You know, hopefully we can bring something in. So now we can just, at this point, we can just keep going a couple days, and hopefully, we can get some new offers and stuff like that. At this point, we're waiting for Balotelli's $19 million offer to go through. So we're probably not going to get Gundogan at this point. We're probably not going to get Thiago at this point. Morgan Sanson, very good all-around player. But do I want to take the risk with someone I've never used before? We'll keep track on him, but for right now, not too sure. I think we might have to go. I don't think we can afford him right now. I think we just made too many purchases on the wrong players. And to be completely honest with you, I think David Luiz could end up coming back to bite us. But in January, we'll probably end up selling Firmino. We'll probably end up selling Milner. You know, we've got a lot of money just waiting to be sold. And Benteke as well. Don't forget about Benteke. Got a lot of players willing to sell. So now we could put in Sisto for Ojo, and not much we can do about him. The team's looking okay at best right now. You know, I'd really like to get rid of Milner and Lallana, because that pace is not enough. Actually, why am I starting LIV? I should be starting Origi, Sturridge, and then Coutinho at Cam. That's awesome looking formation. Alright, so Balotelli goes for 19 million, sorry, but we're getting 16. And we have two offers. Jose Enrique, you know, if they can give me, if West Brom can give me 2.4, you know, they can have him. And Coutinho, do I want to get rid of him is the question. We have a Ross Barkley deal, but we're also getting rid of a player. So I think we're going to counter offer with 96 million. We'll see what they come back with. Because therefore, I can use all the money I need to get some better players and improve the team as a whole. So, alright, this is a tough decision here. We have Barkley, who I don't think I'm going to get at this point. I just think it's not really the money that I'm concerned about. Well, yeah, it is the money that I'm concerned about. It's not the talent that I'm concerned about. So I think we're going to have to reject that offer for now. We could always go back to it at the end of this or even in January. Now, here's the question. $6 million. However, Nastasic has more wage. I think in the end, it's just so much smarter if we go with Jimenez. So, unfortunately, Nastasic, you are not good enough. Get out. So that is 2 center backs that we've rejected. For 2 center backs I really have never used. I feel like I'm strengthening the wrong thing right now, but whatever. So now we got a nice South American connection here. And the Spanish connection can go through to Moreno. Down the bench into Firmino. Somehow it made its way to Yori. Yeah, no, never mind, I lost it already. Oops. And I lost it with Firmino too. I got my Spanish and Portuguese mixed up. Portuguesa, I think that's how you say it. Alright, so we could train Ings, we could train Sisto, Iwobi, so many players. So, I don't know who to train actually right now. Let's train Sisto, because Sisto's the right now kind of player for us, you know. I'm not planning on keeping him forever unless he gets that good. Yes! We got 2 players going up. Sean is a 76. Origi is a 77. And we can keep moving along. So we got an offer for Connor Randall. More can be. Sure, pal. Go ahead. Go on. End all. 70 rated. Not interested. Get out of my face, boy. And we keep moving. We got West Brom. Probably, I thought they were going to accept it personally. It wasn't a bad offer. So we'll counter offer with his value. If they don't take that, I'm rejecting it because it's not worth it at that point. Now, that is an offer I like to see. So we'll counter offer with 21.5. I think that's okay. You know, even though Henderson is a quote-unquote great player for Liverpool, you know, whatever you want to say it, I don't think he's gonna have a future with this team. So, ooh, I knew Valencia were gonna counter with the max amount of money they could possibly get. That's Valencia's actual in-game budget, so that's probably the most they can offer. But at this point, I don't think it's safe to sell Coutinho, given that we might just be making more money on Henderson. I think it's just safe if we stay away from them. But now I think we have enough money to officially, full-blown, go into Pjanic. You know, he's my new target. I mean, him or Gundogan, you know, at this point. Oops, sorry. We'll have to go back, because this game sucks in some of these parts. So now, I think we can just get rid of Lallana, put in an offer for not enough money. That's our problem. Somehow, we still don't have enough money. So instead, we'll make an offer for 35 in Lucas Leiva. If they don't take that, they're probably not going to take the next offer, since we've offered them probably too many times at this point. You get to a certain point where you offer them, I think, probably 5 or 6 times, and they're like, no further talks. Okay, that's something I like to see. I'm going to be a little stingy here. I'm asking for a little bit, 10.5 from a player that's on the transfer list. But hopefully, Cologne, whatever you want to call it, are like, let's do this deal. Because that'd be pretty good. Origi going up again. Unfortunately, Pione Sisto gets an F and beat your man. Oh, Leicester. You look at that, 19th place for Leicester's relegation, and then you look today, they have won the Barclays Premier League. So congratulations to Leicester City. You know, congratulations. You have won the Premier League title, and it's probably one of the biggest shocks in football history, and probably one of the biggest comebacks, turnarounds in football history, you know, so congratulations to them. 9.5 for Welsh Pirlo. 7th place for Liverpool. That's not good enough. I don't want to be projected to finish 7th. I want to be projected to finish top 4. You know? Alright, so this is the good stuff. So Pjanic, nope, I was not expecting it. 19.5 for Henderson. We can go ahead and say 22 once again. But I don't think they have any more money to spend, so this might end up a little unfortunate for us. And we're going to accept that offer for Lucas Leiva, because we need as much money as we can get. We'll advance a few more days. Hopefully we can afford Gundogan or whoever at this point. Joe Allen, 7.5. I'll take it. Yeah, no, I'm getting rid of these guys for a little bit less than I would like to, but at this point, I think it's only fair that we go ahead. Like, oh, I saw Benteke, I'm like, it's not that bad. And I saw 7-8, I'm like, alright, that works. But now we have so much money, we have basically just wiped a lot of our first team players and bench players. Now all the money that we wanted to get is now with us. So at this point, once Henderson gets sold, we have basically max money in terms of who we're selling. Because I don't think we're going to sell anybody else's transfer window unless we get a ridiculous offer of like $130 million for Coutinho. I think it's safe to say at this point, oh, we actually do have a lot of money. I forgot we can move this, and all of a sudden we have 62 million. We are definitely going after a new center mid, and that probably will end up being, once again, do we go after Pjanic? That's the question. Oh, and Joe Allen sold, okay. Alright, so we're going to make a straight up cash deal. And we're going to go with a $50 million offer. Final offer, Roma. If you don't want to take it, go ahead. You're not getting offers from anyone else. Doesn't look like. Alright, so we gotta put in a new offer for Gundogan, because I want him to. So, Gundogan. Okay. Make an offer for 45. Hopefully, we don't have to spend that much more. And his wage isn't that high either, so it allows a little bit of room in terms of how much we can spend. We'll keep going a little bit here. Stoke City projected to finish in 10th place. I think that's Henderson. Is that Henderson? Henderson is gone, so we have max money. And we get an offer for Lovren. 13.5 at this point. Max money. We can spend a lot right now. And we're looking really good. Boom! $50 million accepted for Pjanic. I'll take it. However, he does want a lot of money, so we're going to have to increase that a little bit. Well, I think that's a fair deal. $50 million for someone who's worth 37. I think we could have done a little bit better, but we put an offer for 48 for Gundogan. I don't really want to go over the valuation we set for, or the price that Rome accepted. 13.5 matched from Spurs. That's how we do it. Oh! Pjanic does not accept his contract. That's kind of harsh. Was not expecting that. So unfortunately, he will not be in the team for this game. First game of the season. Away at Stoke. Cold, rainy night at Stoke, unfortunately. But that's going to have to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching the third episode of the Career Mode. If you enjoyed, please leave a like and subscribe. See you later.